Centralia, Pennsylvania, what was once a thriving mining town, is now a wasteland, its streets broken, its buildings swallowed by fire and time. Beneath its surface, a coal mine fire burns endlessly, fueled by veins of anthracite that stretch for miles. Few dare to venture here, but those who do often leave with more than just photographs. On a late autumn afternoon, three friends arrived to explore the abandoned town. Lila, her brother Ben, and their childhood friend Kara had planned the trip for weeks, lured by the eerie reputation of Centralia. "Is this place even safe?" Kara asked as they stepped out of their car. The air was acrid, heavy with the stench of sulfur. Smoke curled lazily from cracks in the ground, visible even from the road. "Safe enough," Ben replied, slinging a backpack over his shoulder. He grinned, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. "Come on, it's just an empty town. We'll take some pictures, maybe see the graffiti highway, and be out before dark." The trio set off, walking down a fractured road overgrown with weeds. The silence was unnerving. No birds sang, no insects buzzed, only the occasional hiss of smoke escaping the fissures. As they ventured deeper, the town revealed its scars. Foundations of homes lay exposed, overrun with vegetation. Rusted pipes jutted from the earth, twisted like the skeletons of some long-forgotten creature. The further they went, the hotter the air became, until they could feel the heat rising through their shoes. "This is insane," Lila muttered, brushing sweat from her forehead. "How is the fire still burning?" "It's been going for 60 years, Ben said. "They say it could burn for another 2 centuries. "Let's hope we're not here that long," Kara quipped, though her nervous glance betrayed her unease. The trio reached the heart of the town as the sun began to dip below the horizon. Smoke pooled in the hollows of the land, glowing faintly orange in the fading light. They came to a massive sinkhole, a yawning pit in the middle of what had once been a neighborhood. The ground trembled slightly beneath their feet. "Do you feel that?" Lila asked, her voice tight. "Just the fire," Ben said. But even he sounded unsure. Kara crouched near the edge of the pit, peering into its depths. "It looks like it's breathing," she whispered. The smoke seemed to rise and fall rhythmically, as if the earth itself were alive. Suddenly, a deep rumble echoed through the ground, shaking the air around them. It wasn't like an earthquake. This was more deliberate, like something massive shifting beneath the surface. "Okay, I think we've seen enough," Lila said, grabbing Ben's arm. But as they turned to leave, the ground gave way beneath his feet. With a terrifying crack, Ben disappeared into the earth. Smoke and ash erupted from the fissure as Lila and Kara screamed, scrambling back from the edge. "Ben!" Lila shouted, peering into the pit. The glow of the fire illuminated the jagged walls of the fissure, but there was no sign of him. "Ben, answer me!" Another rumble shook the ground, sending more debris tumbling into the hole. Kara pulled Lila back, her face pale. "We have to go!" she yelled. "The ground's collapsing!" "No, we can't leave him!" Lila cried, struggling against Kara's grip. But the fissure was growing wider, and the heat was unbearable. Smoke filled the air, making it impossible to breathe. Finally, Kara dragged Lila away, the two of them sprinting toward the car as the earth continued to shift and groan behind them. When they reached the car, they found it coated in ash. The engine sputtered but started, and they sped away, the rumbling fading into the distance. Lila stared out the window, tears streaming down her face. She didn't look back. The following day, authorities conducted a search of the area, but no trace of Ben was found. The fissure the women described had sealed itself, as if the earth had swallowed him whole. Officials dismissed their story, citing hallucinations caused by toxic gases. But Lila and Kara knew what they had seen, and Lila swore that, in her dreams, she could still hear Ben's voice calling from beneath the ground. Centralia was once a vibrant mining town, founded in 1866. For nearly a century, it thrived on the coal industry. But in 1962, a fire started in an abandoned mine shaft and ignited the coal seams beneath the town. Efforts to extinguish the fire failed, and it continued to spread, consuming the underground network of mines. The fire caused sinkholes, toxic gas emissions, and dangerous levels of carbon monoxide. By the 1980s, the government declared the town uninhabitable. Residents were relocated, and most of the buildings were demolished. Today, fewer than 5 residents remain, holding on to the town's last vestiges. The fire, still burning, is fueled by vast coal deposits and could continue for another 250 years. Centralia's haunting appearance, smoke rising from cracks in the ground, broken streets, and abandoned homes, has inspired countless legends and served as the real-life inspiration for the fictional town of Silent Hill.